Hello, my name is Samantha Bowers. I knew Calvin ever since I was a little girl. I played on his Don Bosco team. He was he was more than just a coach. He was also like a father figure. He was like my second father. You know, he was an inspiration to me and several other people I grew up with. Like the person that Calvin was, you couldn't do anything but love the man for who he was. He wasn't just a coach, he was a mentor. He was a father. He was, he was a lot of things to a lot of us growing up. And he will definitely be missed. He is definitely the GOAT. Hi, I'm Samantha Bowers.
I'm James.
And Calvin coached both of us. He coached me when I was younger, and then he coached me when he was a little younger. He was an inspiration to me. He was like a second father to me.
He was like a mentor. He was really one of the only reasons I played basketball.
I mean, he was just everything to a lot of people. And I feel like if it weren't for him, a lot of people would probably be in different places in their life. But he helped change the route that some of us would have taken, and he will always be known as the GOAT to us, a legend in Kansas City.
Hi, I grew up with Kevin Wainwright and Wainwright Projects. Went to elementary school and high school. He was a great person. I remember my birthday's September and his is in December, and we all be little kids, like 9 years old. And they say, Flo, you the youngest. No, I'm not. Kevin is. So I always will remember that part. He was a nice person, and I hope Sandy well and things, and I know he's doing well where he's at. God bless the family. Amen.
I'm Andrea Thomas. I met Pops when I was little. He played basketball with my father, John Thomas. But Coach was that support, that one that it's a lot. To Mama Cassandra, my condolences, my continued prayers to the family as well. I'm just happy to be here. Coach, you've done a lot for me. I appreciate you. I pass the things that I've learned from you to my daughter, and I appreciate it. And what I will leave is the quote that I will always remember him by. He said, have your moment, don't stay there alone, get up and go get what's yours. So I appreciate it.
I am Shantae Union Davis. I met Calvin many moons ago. Never forget, I was coming out of Northeast Middle School. Coach Jameson was having something for the girls who wanted to play basketball next year for the freshman year. And I was walking and he said, what's your mama name? I'm looking like, Gloria. He was like, yep. You got an uncle named Eddie. I went to school with your mama, played I fought with your he boxed and played football with my uncle. And so went home, told my mom, I want to go play basketball with this guy named Calvin Wainwright. Thing about my mom was she never let me go with anybody, but as soon as I said Calvin Wainwright, she never weathered, she never said anything. He was able to come and pick me up in that sunshine van whenever he wanted to. I appreciated him so much. He took me in up under his wing. If it wasn't for him, probably would have been a statistic, just because everything that was going on in our time. So very thankful for him and the Bosco family. My heart goes out to Calvin, Calise, Ahmad, Ishmael, LaShawn, Miss Cindy, Kiana, everybody. My heart goes out to you guys. Love you guys. But Calvin, he was that person. Like I said, I don't know where I would have been without him in my life.
Hi, this is Cousin Doe. I just remember when Calvin came to Mom's funeral. Not the funeral, to the funeral home. And he came up to me and told me this speech. And I want to say this to LaShawn and his wife, all the rest of the family, what he told me. He said, cousin, I know it hurts, but don't let it hurt too long. Don't stay in that place. And I just want to pass that on to you guys. Love y'all.
I just want to say thank you, Pastor Calvin, for pouring into me and my family. My dad wouldn't be the minister he is today without you. And so thank you for pouring into him so that he can pour into me.
Sandy, I would just like to dedicate and say, we thank you for sharing your husband with us. We come a long way, me and my brother Jonathan Baptiste. We love y'all, and we are so sorry for your loss. But he was really our gang, and we really appreciate y'all sharing him with us, because y'all didn't have to, but y'all did. And because y'all shared y'all love with us, we are greatly appreciated. Thank you.
What Calvin meant to me is like, he was like a inspiration to me, really. Like, I always beat myself up about something. He was always there to help me out, like, through tough times. Like, he was like a shining light in the dark spot. And like, whenever I saw him, it just made me feel like I know I'm loved, even though, you know, most black men don't feel that way. But with him, he showed you like true love and what he really mean to him. So like, I love my uncle, man. He was a good guy. Like, I want to be like him. Like, you know, people say they want to be like somebody. I want to be like him, have a legacy of just helping kids and just helping men. He made me the man who I am today. Just take me on field trips when I was younger. It was just a lot, man. I just love him, man.
Yeah, my name is Ricky Turner. I've been knowing Calvin Wainwright since freshman year, Northeast High School. Used to come and get us, pick us up in the van. If you ain't ever ride that van, you don't know what Bosco is. That guy was like a father to some of the fatherless kids in the city. And every last one of us to watch his funeral all has a piece of Calvin Wainwright in them. So I wasn't upset that his physical was gone because he was in pain, right? So I would most definitely like to see him happy where he wanted to go home to, instead of being down here and being in pain. So we love you. A piece of me, piece of you live in us. So thank you, Calvin Wainwright. We love you.
Hi, I'm Diana Marie Wainwright Rhodes, and Calvin Carzell was my first cousin. I was born the day before him. So he used to always call me and say, "Hey, cuz, how does it feel to be one more year older?" I'm gonna miss that this year. But baby, I want you to know, I know you resting well. I know you walking the streets of gold, and I'm gonna miss you terribly. I love you much. Thank you.
I'm Barry Dalton, one of the Wainwright's cousins. Just to say, God bless everybody, and I'm here for any and everybody. My family, their family, your family, everybody. May God bless everybody. Thank you.
Calvin, we just want to say thank you so much for being the amazing man that you were. We truly are going to miss you, and we do wish that you were here, but we do understand that you are in a better place. We love you. Thank you for loving us, even though you were not biologically ours, but you never treated us any differently. And I thank you for accepting me and my children. So thank you. We love you. We miss you so much.
Hi, Papa. I just want to say I miss you. Thank you for being the best Papa we could ever ask for. I'm really going to miss you. Once again, thank you for accepting us and never treating us no different.
Thank you for coming into my father's life, being a father to him, being a grandpa that I never had, all the moves we shared. I appreciate it and I love you.
You want to say hi, Papa?
And thank you for loving my mom the way you did. You are the best.
Yes, my name is Ronzel Wainwright, first cousin of Calvin Wainwright. I want to go say that we're going to miss you, love you, all that good stuff. Sorry that you're gone. I don't know, we just love you, man. We just love you. Andrea Parks and Brianna Parks. That's it.
We love you and we miss you.
Hi, Papa. I just want to say I love you and I hope you feel better.
I'm LaShawn Bozeman Wainwright. I'm the firstborn of Calvin Carzell Wainwright. Dad, thank you for all the memories, all the good times. Thank you for being the leader that you were in our family. And thank you for being the leader that this community needs. So to all his players, his teammates, schoolmates, family members, thank you guys for honoring his legacy by making sure Kansas City is great. And being great means stop the violence and come together. So let's do that just for my daddy.
Papa, we miss you and we just want to say, I remember the good memories we used to have when you took us to the park and to get ice cream, and I got the ice cream all in your car. Hi, Papa. We love you and we miss you a lot.
D'Angelo Little here. Met Calvin when I was about 12 years old, so I came later on in his life. But what Calvin meant to me was fatherhood, mentorship, leadership, perseverance, patience. He taught me, I think all my teammates would say the same thing. He taught us that where you're at currently doesn't necessarily mean that's where you're going to always be, and how to overcome your obstacles to get to where you want to be, irregardless of the circumstances and situations that you find yourself in. And he didn't just do that for me when I was 12 years old. He continued doing that for me until he passed away. And so, to me, Calvin Wainwright is, for us, for Kansas City, to me, the Moses of Kansas City. He sought out the worst of people, not the worst of people, people in the worst situations and of the worst circumstances, men and women, but for me in terms of men, it made us the best of men. So my appreciation and value for him and his family, for sharing him with us, will be eternal. So what we do in life echoes in eternity, and if his homegoing was any indication of that, then he left a great legacy that will live on for a long, long time. Thank you for your time.
Hello, Pastor Michael Brooks, pastor of Oasis Church and also president of Concerned Clergy Coalition. Just want to give a few words to the family and give my condolences. Pastor Calvin Wainwright will never be replaced. Kansas City lost a gem in him, but I'm grateful for all that he's meant to me down through the years. He was one of my son's first coaches right here down here in Great Community Center, and we've just been friends for these last 20 some odd years. He's going to be missed, and I pray and hope that this community continues the work that he did. There's nobody going to replace him, but we certainly can't try to fill in the gaps for these young kids that need us. So God bless the family. We're praying for you, and we're just a phone call away if you need us for anything.
I'm Calise Wainwright. I am the third of Calvin's clan. I'm CCW3, he's CCW1, and that's my dad, and I'm going to miss him. Oh my goodness, like growing up, we didn't really get to see him that much because he was always busy with the other kids of the community, my new brothers and sisters, but he's always going to be in my heart.
Hi, Grandpa. I love you so much. I hope you feel better from Maya. Bye.
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Mildred Tyke Bright Stevenson, and I am a longtime friend of Sandy Cassandra Wainwright, Pastor Cassandra Wainwright. Graduated with her 1974 from Lincoln, and I know Calvin through Sandy. And after hearing all the accolades at his service today, I wish I had known him better. And I'm sorry to say I didn't know him as well because he was a little bit older than we were. So, and then I lived in Houston for a while, so I was not here for 12 or 15 years. So anyway, I just want to say that I'm praying for the family. I'm here for Sandy. I'm here for anybody that needs me. And just thank you for.
Okay, my name is Valerie Bronson. And I first met Calvin Wainwright is when I was playing basketball, Southeast High School. And some of the ladies got together and did a 3-on-3 downtown years ago. And that's when I first met him. And then he invited me to Don Bosco's, and he was putting together some type of semi-league or something for the ladies. I then later met him at my church, Calvary Temple Baptist Church, and I met his wife, Pastor Sandy Wainwright, and then I met Pastor Calvin Wainwright. And then we all got together and started doing the outreach ministry. And I often saw Pastor Wainwright out in the community doing what he does best. And that impacted me. Because of me seeing him and Pastor Sandy do what they do, I am thriving to do more in community service as well. I think that is an awesome thing. It says that God was the ultimate man that had ever walked this earth, but yet he was a servant to the people. And that's what my desire is, to help others.
What a blessed day. Raymond Davis Sr., the classmate of Sandy, Pastor Sandy, 1974. Again, for the Wainwright family, I am praying for you. I've been knowing you for a long time. I've been knowing your husband because he also been an athlete. I was an athlete also. And God knows best. Again, we're a phone call away, but God's just a prayer away. Love you. God bless.
Calvin and I were married back in '94. That's how I know him. I would like to say to him, thank you for our sons. I would like to say, Sandy, thank you for looking after our sons. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Hassan. I am technically Calvin's oldest son, but I am Mary's oldest child as well. I call him Daddy. I met Daddy when I was in Don Bosco when I was a child, and my mom had me in preschool there, and they met and fell in love and had Ishmael and Damad. And one thing I am grateful for is the gift that he gave me. He taught me how to read. I became, went to college, got my master's degree. I still am a voracious reader, writer, academic to this day. One thing I remember him teaching us how to do, he used to play, because my mom wouldn't play secular music in the car when we were growing up. We would only listen to the gospel station. So when we were riding around with Daddy in the van, after he would bring the boys home from Don Bosco or night hoops, we would play 103.3, and he had Prince CDs that he would listen to, and I remember Mary J. Blige was the 411 album, and he taught us how to record tapes from off the radio. So while the radio was playing, if you put in a blank tape and you push record and play at the same time, you could have your own mixtape. And he gave me my first, I love music, and gave me my first Walkman, my first CD, my first portable Walkman that played the CD. And there's truly a ton of memories, but I'm grateful for his love most of all. I never thought that he didn't love me. That was one of the last things he said to me, and I'm grateful to have that memory. Thank you.
What's up, family? To Pastor Sandy, to all of the family, listen, Minister Jonathan Batiste here, and I just want to say thank you for everything that the family has been, but most importantly, what Pastor Calvin meant to me as he was my pastor over almost 10 years of my life. Pastor Calvin did something different with me. I know we normally hop in the van and go play basketball. At this particular time, I hopped in the van and Pastor Calvin handed me a Bible, and he took me to church where I would really learn to love God and get my foundation and my roots of God and what that really looks like and mean. And so I owe everything to Pastor Calvin. And so, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for pulling up in the van and letting me hop in, but not just giving me the basketball, but giving me the Bible that would preach the gospel. And so now I do it as a minister of Uplift Worship Center, and I do it unapologetically because of the heart and the foundation that Pastor Calvin set in me. And so I just want to say thank you to the family. Thank you to Pastor Calvin again. Listen, you will always be honored by how I move in my footsteps. We love you guys. Again, thank you for lending us your father, your husband, your friend, your siblings. Man, we thank y'all for everything. Pastor Calvin, thank you.
All right, my name is Andrew Newbill. I've been knowing Coach Wainwright since I was 5 years old. I want to say some things I want to say about Coach Wainwright. He was definitely, other than my father, he was like my second father. He was one of the most genuine people I ever met. He never had never attitude towards me, or he always been a genuine person, and generous, and a loving person. And we had a good relationship, and I just hope that it could continue and spread throughout everybody that he impacted. To Miss Sandy, she know me very well. We started at Little Lamb together when I was 3 years old. She got a special place in my heart too, just for bringing me up, or helping bringing me up, just like Coach Wainwright. So I just want to say, thank you guys for everything, and I appreciate everything. Thank y'all.
Hello, my name is Roger Newbill. I would like to say thank you to Coach Wainwright. Thank you to Miss Sandy. Thank you to the whole Wainwright family. One thing I want to say to Miss Sandy and Coach Wainwright, yeah, man, just thank you for, believing in me, believing, in a young kid, who didn't always believe in himself at times, instilling that discipline into me, so I can carry it on and in my adulthood, and me using it now to handle my various tasks, and me understanding the unselfishness, not being selfish with others, not being selfish with myself, and just giving back. That's the biggest thing, you guys have taught me to kind of give back. It's that reason where I went into coaching. I really wanted to give back. Naturally, I was trying to figure out where I got it from, where I was getting it from. But I think from being around you guys have really instilled into me that to just teach, give back. So I would just like to say thank you. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Melvin Cole.
And I'm Marie Cole.
And we are just so blessed to be able to be a part of this video. I met Calvin about 50 years ago. I was 9 years old when I moved into the neighborhood where the Wainwrights were living. And I got a chance to meet Calvin then. And from that time on, it's kind of funny. I used to think I was the fifth brother in the family. I used to think I was Melvin Wainwright. The way they loved me and the way we just grew together, and I was, being around the family, and the sports. Everyone's mentioned sports and how that was a big part of our lives, and but also mainly, like we heard today about Calvin, how he loved God, and so we just, I'm blessed to know that, and being a believer myself, and just being blessed by getting to know Cal.
Yes, and I'm Marie Cole, and just want to say many blessings to my first cousin, Cassandra Wainwright. And always remember that we share the same anniversary date, which is September the 21st. And just knowing that God will keep you and that He will bless you and your family, and know that the Cole family loves you all. We love the Wainwrights. Thank you.
What's up, y'all? Pat Clark, Calvin's other brother. Man, Calvin been in my life 50 years. I met Calvin, back in 1972, I followed him around the boys club, and just following through life, man. I knew that side of Calvin, I knew this side, but I'm gonna tell y'all something. I gotta tell you, and I didn't say this at the memorial because I didn't have time, but Calvin wrote me a love letter one day, and he put it in a card. And, I'm reading the card, man, and I'm like, hold on, man, you all right? Because men don't write other men love letters, But this man wrote me some stuff, y'all, had me crying. He told me he was proud of me, in the growth, in the walk that I was taking, just having a big brother, that wasn't scared to tell another man that he loved him, You know, man, this dude would kiss me at will. You know what I'm saying, man? You know, and those things that he shared with me, I share with my sons today. My grandsons, I kiss my boys all the time, cause you know, I didn't have the kind of daddy that you know, my daddy came from Texas, so showing affection just wasn't man-like, you know. But Calvin, man, you know, I'm gonna miss you saying things to me like, man, you know, or you know, I say something, man, that either surprised you or you didn't like, and that right eyebrow went up, man, in your forehead, you know. But being able, man, I didn't have to talk to you every day to know or to not know that you didn't care about me or didn't love me, man. You know, man, you showed me, man, how men can love other men, man, unconditionally, man, and make things all right. You know, these kids you leaving behind, man, those Bosco boys, they gonna be all right. Cause the same thing I tell your nephews and your great nephews, man, is the same thing that I'll tell them boys. What's in me is in you. So everything that you share with me, hey man, I'm excited about the second, third, and fourth parts of my life, man. And when it's my turn, man, I pray, man, that I have the homegoing celebration that you had, man. 1,000 people come to see a body with nobody. Boy, you a bad dude, man. Like I said, you the pipe piper. Miss Sandy, you know what? Ain't no love like God's love. Y'all took that walk and y'all did it together. You can't do it no better than that. A man and a woman, you know, walking the walk and talking God's talk. You know what I'm saying? So you know exactly what I mean. So I love you. To the kids, I'm not gonna give y'all no individual. I'm just gonna tell y'all I love y'all. You know what I'm saying? So thank you.
Ishmael Wainwright, Calvin Wainwright's oldest son. Man, he's taught me everything I know. On the court, off the court, there's nobody like you, nobody like him. He means the world to me, and that is my twin. A little small story, just stories. It's so many of them. Just from basketball to the life lessons, the long talks in the car, in a Bosco van, and the Lincoln, the Durango. Long talks, just not about basketball, but just about life. And words can't explain how much he means to me. I want to say you, but how much he means to me. So yeah, thank you. And Sandy, thank you also for being there, for being his rock, for loving me, for loving my brothers and my sisters, and everybody in my family. So I thank you. Thank you for being there for him. And for everybody else in the family, thank y'all for holding it down while I'm gone, taking care of business. Can't take back time. That's one thing that kicks my butt. I can't take back time, but every second I'm here, I love being with you all, and let's keep going.
Ahmad Wainwright, Calvin Wainwright, youngest boy, the baby. Man, it meant the world to me. He was my Superman, my hero. I always call him, text him. He might not answer the first time, but he'll call you right back. But man, he mean the world to me. Just want to say thank you. Thank you for everything you've done for me. Thank you for always being there. Thank you.
Alex Salinas, and just wanted to tell you, Calvin, thank you for everything you did, everything you've done for me, and how you made me and molded me to be the man that I am as a father, a mentor, a leader, and a man. You stepped in as a man that I never had in my life, and I appreciate you. Just want to say thank you. And to Miss Sandy, I'm always here for you, Miss Sandy. Thank you for just allowing me to be there for you with your husband, and just let him show me and guide me and protect me and just show me what being a good father, a good male figure for this community, and what a good person was that he molded us to be. And thank you for just allowing me to come into your family's lives and try to impact as much youth that I could and can in the city. And I just want to say thank you to everyone, and I love you, Miss Sandy, and I love you, Kyle. Thank you.
Kyle, I love you. I miss you, man. Just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart, man. Without you, I wouldn't be the man I am today. So I just want to continue to say thank you for that. And I was thankful and grateful for all of that. And Miss Sandy, I love you. You know, we'll always be here for you and the rest of the fam. So anytime you need anything from us, just reach out to us. DeAndre Cooper, Northeast. Kyle played a real huge part of my life, man. Without Kyle, I wouldn't be here, man. So I just want to thank him from the bottom of my heart. Words really can't explain, but I just want to thank him. Yeah, I just want to thank you. Thank you, Calvin.
Hello, I'm Andrew Antone, and this is my wife, Carmela Wainwright Antone.
And we just want to say, Calvin was my cousin, and he just was always so direct with me. So direct, and I mean, he just always kept it real. You know, he never sugarcoated anything that he wanted to say, or anything that he didn't like that I did, you know, he would tell me. And he just had a great way of just saying things that you needed to improve on or needed to do different without making you feel bad for whatever reason. You know, he just always made me feel welcome and loved. And he would just sometimes, like at family stuff, he'd just sit back, you know, you just see him sitting back in the corner, just real reserved, quiet almost. But I just want to say, I'm gonna miss all the time that we were spending together, and the boys really, really love and look up and admire him. And he's somebody that they're so proud to say that they're related to, and so am I. And like everywhere I would go coming up, they would be like, oh, are you related to Calvin? Are you related to Calvin? It was just one of those things. If I said Wainwright, they would say Calvin. So everybody knew him. And I just want to say to Sandy, thank you so much for allowing me to have so much time with him. And, you know, just if there's anything, you know, give me a call, and I'll be there.
Definitely. I'd like to also say thank you for the time that he spent with our two boys, Aiden and Andrew, coaching them in the basketball, rec league. The discipline he taught them and the inspiration that he gave them was tremendous, and I really appreciate that.
And we'll never forget it.
Thank
you.
Hello, Uncle. My name is Shaquita Choo Choo Wainwright. I'm Calvin's niece. What I would like to say to you is thank you. Thank you for showing me what qualities that I need in a potential partner. You was my big uncle. You was the protector. I always felt safe in your presence. I always felt loved. You gave the best hugs and the best advice. And I remember one conversation, I was hurt, heartbroken, new baby. And we sat and talked, and I cried on you. And you looked at me and you said, do not wait for a hero. You are your own hero. Remember that. And I remember that. I remember the tough conversations too about my life, what direction it needs to go, how focused I need to be, and being a teen mom, the task that I had at hand. And you never sugarcoated anything, and I appreciate that. You was always that one from a kid, those dates for ice cream, to an adult, those tough conversations, support, and love. You have been in my life my whole life, and I appreciate that. And I love you for that. And I think some of you is in me, because being a mother, I don't know how you did it. Being a teen mom, my son plays basketball, footballs, dealing with kids and coaches. My hats is off to you, because, oh, man, boy, you getting your revenge on us by we are walking in your shoes. I wouldn't change a thing, but I'm grateful that you was an example for me to be able to do that. So I love you always and forever. To Sandy, thank you for loving my uncle. Thank you for being a good wife, supportive, and yet firm. Some people have this idea of a wife as just being a yes girl, and you was never that. You know, you had conversations that was needed, that he needed to hear. You were supportive and you were strong. And I love that type of love that you had for him, and I appreciate that. So, to my cousins and my uncles and aunts, we need to continue his work. We need to stay focused. We need to get out there, protest in our communities, uplift our communities, do what he wants us to do and what he installed in us. And we have to keep the ball dribbling. I love you, and thank you so much. Thank you.
Anthony Jones and Mr. Calvin Wainwright was very impactful in my life from a fatherhood standpoint, from a minister standpoint, from so many different angles and things that be of this world. And as a man, he was that guy that never got upset when you posed a question or anything. Man, I need to start over, bro. I need to start over.
Just jump into it when you can. We're gonna edit it.
Okay. Anthony Jones here, man, and Calvin was a huge or a vital part in my life. He was a father when I needed a father. He was a friend when I needed a friend. He was there when I needed advice on college. He was there when I needed somebody to pray for me. So I am very thankful for him being in my life. He's truly a one in a million type of guy. You cannot write this story over if you wanted to. So I just wanted to just say he is truly a pillar and an important piece for me as a man, as a father, as a son, as a brother, and I'm truly thankful for Mr. Calvin Wainwright and everything he's done, Mr. Don Bosco himself. I just remember when he came and got me from Sycamore Groves and told me that I need to quit playing with them scrubs. and from that point on, man, I became a Bosco kid, man, and my life and everything changed. So I'm truly grateful. I'm truly thankful. And Calvin, I love you. You have never, ever disappointed me. So thank you for that. Miss Sandy Wainwright, where can I start? You're so graceful. You're so loving and caring when it came to the extended people and or family in Calvin's life. I thank you for you always being a visionary. I thank you for always giving me the opportunity to pick your brain when I needed to, being able to be there for me when I needed someone to just talk to. And or if Calvin wouldn't even answer the phone. So, but I truly, truly thank you for that. One of the main things, and I told you this before, one of the main things he told me before he passed was to love your wife like Christ loved the church and like I love mine. So, Miss Sandy, I thank you for being graceful. I thank you for being accepting of me. I thank you for everything that you've done, everything that you've taught. And I love both of you guys, and I love you now and forevermore. Thank you.
I'm Calvin Carzell Wainwright, his namesake. That's my dad. To you, Dad, I love you. I love you, I love you. My kids love you. I'm going to raise them how I've been raising. I remember you telling me how proud you was of how I was raising my kids. And we don't keep that. Trevon is going to be living your legacy. Miss Sandy, thank you for loving my dad the way you've been loving him. Thank you for embracing me and my sisters. And I hope it doesn't end because he's gone. Thank you.
Hello, my name is LaDonna Adams, and I am a friend, family member, and a community worker with Calvin. I just want to say, Calvin, thank you so much. I met you years and years ago, but thank you so much for first being my friend. Second, when you coached my sons and my grandsons, you became like a family to me. And thank you for touching bases with us at the No Joy Foundation. Then you became our community partner. Miss Sandy, I love you. Thank you for sharing your husband with us and so many other people. Sometimes it can be hard and sometimes it can be easy, but I am just so grateful to have been able to be in both of you guys' life. And this is, as Frankie Beverly say, it's the golden time of day. And thank you so much for all that you two have done for our community.
I am Cassandra Wainwright, otherwise known as Miss Sandy, as my husband would refer to me as. I'm Calvin Wainwright's wife. And I want to say thank you to Kansas City for the love and the support, the encouragement, the prayers, everything you all have done to be a blessing to our family on my husband's behalf. I think the question was asked of me, like, what would I say to Calvin Wainwright? And what I would say to Calvin Wainwright at this point is that you did an amazing job. You have overwhelmed me with your love. I pray that you feel that I have honored you, that I did what I was supposed to do as your wife, your partner, and your helpmeet. And I thank you for the privilege and the honor of being called your wife. I hope that, well, I know that God has given you the ability to see the impact that you have made in our city, not just our city, all over Calvin, and the many, many lives that you have touched. And I know that you never, never wanted the recognition. That's not what you lived for. That's not what you sought after. You just wanted to be about our Father's business. So I just want to tell you, you did that, husband. You did that. And I love you forever. I love you to the moon and back. And more than anything, I thank you for loving me, for loving our family. So on behalf of the Calvin C. Wainwright family, we want to say God bless you and thank you all. Thank you.